nuclear energy doesn't release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Surely this is something that the Greens and the environmentally conscious are jumping at.
You would think so, but of course, famously, the German Greens got into power on their long-held position of nuclear. And I think the Nine Danker was a famous little poster that always used to be on the back of two CV Citroens.
What does that mean?
They hitched.
Hang on, Alastair. We always hit this point in the podcast where Sebastian's cultural knowledge is way more current than ours, so he doesn't know what a 2CV is.
I like the way you say current rather than limited.
Yes.
That's very, very polite.
So a 2CV is a very little French Citroen. A bit like a Mini, but more curved.
I know Citroen 2CV, but what was the thing on the back? I didn't understand that.
So generally, you would say they were owned by hippies who were anti-nuclear.
Right.
And they would have, in German, whatever the German is for nuclear power, no thanks, Nine Danker.
Nine Danker, like no thanks. Okay, I didn't get that. Okay.
So the environmental movement started on the left of politics, typically a kind of what we would say, because we think of ourselves as robustly left in the tradition of Ernest Bevin and a powerful Britain, a strong Britain that stood up for Britain in the world and for the rights of British working people. The soppy left, which we don't really associate, they were unilateral disarmament people, supporters of CND. They hated nuclear because of its association with the nuclear military industrial complex, which is essential for the power of any state, Britain included. So that association meant they were anti-nuclear technology because it was nuclear technology that facilitated Britain having the bomb and other countries. So that historic origins of the anti-nuclear movement meant that everybody who joined that movement was I suppose marinated in that irrational hatred of nuclear, even though, exactly as Hilary said, it doesn't give off any CO2 whatsoever. So that there's a historical, this is again the point that was made at the Battle of Ideas on Sunday, that understanding history is crucial to understanding the present and therefore what our response into the future has to be. So my view is that we have hundreds of thousands of operational years of experience now. Even in the worst cases, the estimates of people killed in places like 3 Mile Island, Fukushima and Chernobyl are de minimis.
Great.
So we've got this great form of dispatchable power. You cannot run an industrial society with intermittent power. If you go to Nigeria, you've got 275 people and they have less dispatchable power than the 2 million people that live in Birmingham and Coventry combined. Birmingham and Coventry combined have more dispatchable energy at their fingertips than the whole of Nigeria. Go to Nigeria, it's covered in generators. And the minute the power goes off, they all start their filthy generators pumping black soot into the air, polluting, and it's expensive. You cannot run it. There's a reason there's no real great industrial presence in Nigeria. They haven't got any power, even though they're sitting on giant oil deposits.
Great. That was a fantastic explanation, Alastair. Thank you so much for that. And I think I'm going to adopt that slogan of being the robust left. I quite like the idea of being the robust left.
Robust, not soppy.